Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome all of you back here to 9/11 Pathway to Armageddon show. We have here tonight a special guest with us. It happens to be my wife. Have faith. If a lot of you all out there on YouTube who all have been seeing her channel for a long time, me and her both use the same channel for all of our investigations. And tonight we have something very interesting for all of you tonight, and it's something that herself, my wife, had discovered on her own without any of my help. She literally broke wide open the actual truth to what happened at Sandy Hook. She actually broke the evidence to the actual three characters that were made as the profile witnesses, the high-level witnesses that that mainstream media used to try to sell the public on the lie that took place inside of Sandy Hook. And it turns out that these three characters were not who they claimed they were. But instead of me doing this by just going into my segment, I'm going to bring Have Faith here. Have Faith, how you doing?
Hi YouTube.
Hey, it's great to have you here with us, and I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Can you, first of all, can you tell us where you had found this this information at, and what got you interested in looking in this area with to get the information you found for us tonight?
Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you to all our subscribers. Me and Brewster are both a team, so I don't want to take the credit all myself. We are one, and it's not for, showing off or, I need all the credit. This is not about credit. This is about, exposing the truth and, exposing their lies and telling you the truth. And this, what I have found, it really did blow me away because I did not expect to find what I was finding. And the way I found it was I was looking at Nurse Sally Cox. And there was something in her eyes that looked so familiar, so I was doing some research, and then I came upon an image that looked like her in a younger version, and it was just in the images. And what I did was, all I did was go in Google search and put in TV extras. And I was literally blown away when I found an X-Files episode. And when I did review the episode, I noticed other characters in these two episodes, specifically Season 5, Episode 6 and 7. Episode 6 aired originally on December 7th, 1997, and they did a 15-year anniversary where they re-aired it December 7th, 2012. There were two characters in there that are characters in Sandy Hook. There's also a character in The Christmas Carol, in Emily. This is what blew me away.
When I was looking over your information, I'm sorry for interrupting here.
It's okay.
I was looking over your information and looking at some of the information that you had laid out. It said on there, I don't mean to correct you, but on the date that it aired inside of the United States, I seen that it actually aired on December the 14th. On the day of the shooting, when it happened. Is that correct?
Yes. Episode 5, Season 5, Episode 6 is called Christmas Carol, which aired December 7th.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The anniversary of 2012. Mm-hmm. The next episode the following week was like a sequel of the week before, which is ironically called Emily, which aired December 14th, 2012. The same day as the Sandy Hook shooting.
Yeah, okay. Now I get you. Now I see where you're going at now.
And now we can see the,
wow,
the matchup, and it just blew me away.
Anyhow, it's pretty interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, to try to sum it all up in around the ballpark figure, is what you're telling me is that this X-File film was actually depicting in a lot of similes of what was actually happening in real life event that was more or less in a celebration as to the events that was actually happening at Sandy Hook.
I'm not into, I'm into facts, and of course there's subliminal messages and all that, and I'm sure a lot of you, analyzers out there are going to analyze it and break it down. I even saw it, and I don't really have a good eye for subliminal messages and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But with calculation of numbers and symbology and the sand in the end with Sandy Hook and Hurricane Sandy, you will see all these images in these 2 episodes. It's on Netflix, actually, so you could download it. I had a video made up. YouTube would not let me post it, rightly so, because it is copyright. But the information is out there for you to look it up. I will also post a photo recognition software for you guys so that you guys can look at the images I'm posting to back up everything that I'm saying.
That part right there, she is correct on. We both, like I said, we are both married. This is my wife, and I brought her in here because she's the actual one who went through the trouble to find this information. Me and her both talked about getting a software program that would help recognize these photographs, to help, with her investigation, to help those, to her to clarify in confirmation the photographs she found in the X-Files actually matched the actual photographs of the Sandy Hook witnesses that claimed that they were these so-called heroes and witnesses that witnessed that this shooting happened. Well, as you're going to see tonight, you're going to actually see by this software that we purchased is actually one of the most high-level, sophisticated softwares that they actually have for facial recognition for online purchases that you can buy, that money can buy. Well, here, this is one of the cheaper versions of this software. There is a much more sophisticated, expensive version to this software that's for business use, in other words, for law enforcement and all this. So, is there something you wanted to say?
I wanted to let you guys know the software that we're using for the facial recognition, they have a download where you can view it for free. I will post a link for you guys to see it to back up what we're saying. Not only is this accurate, what this shows you is that the eyes say it all. It's basically the window to the soul, if you will. Not only, with an ear or a freckle, this actually literally picks up every single feature in the face. And what we're going to show you right now are still photos of the characters that played out in Sandy Hook and the characters that played out in the episodes 6 and 7 of the X-Files.
Would you like for me to go ahead?
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to introduce this one here, as we know him as.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now what you're looking at now is you're looking at my desktop from my computer where we have all the information saved. This program that I'm moving over is the actual software, the free version software, but we also have the expensive version over here. But this makes it much more easier to work with than the expensive one because it basically gives you the same thing. The more expensive version gives you much more detail, but it's a little bit more complicated to work in for this segment of the video. But anyhow, this works just efficiently for what we needed it for. It also has a 99.9% ratio find in its in what it's looking at, what it looks at. Okay, what you're looking at right now before you is the actual photograph of this so-called teacher or parent who claimed that he had 2 children that went to Sandy Hook and that he was terrified when he got the news that there was a shooting and all this. And it turns out that this guy here is not who he says he is. Well, according to the media, they said that his name was Nick Phelps. Okay, now we're going to focus on that name, Nick Phelps, and we're going to come back to that here in just a few moments. But what I did is I took this program and I programmed it by putting my password in right here and updating the model, which is the model is this picture over here to the right of your screen. You will see the picture again, the larger picture of his face, and I took that and I focused with my camera, my webcam, and I zoomed in on it and then locked it in on his face and then programmed it, updated that model onto this onto the software, and as you can see, this is the actual full tell that is guaranteeing that this is him. Now you can see where the green label bars that you see in there, and of course different shadows give you different indications. Okay, you can get a stronger one by moving it in the more closer you get, or moving it out. You got to work with it a little bit to get a little bit more detail, but you can see all the green levels in it. And the green is a guarantee that this is definitely him. Okay. Now, this is the first photograph that I locked in. Now, every other photograph after that is simply not programmed into the software. Now, the software is going to just simply see if there's a match to every photograph that I put in front of that camera.
Right, and it gets locked by the password.
And it gets locked in by the password that you see here. If it's a match, it's going to show a green bar on the left indicator. If it's a strong reading of that person's face, it's going to show on the left-hand side. Sometimes it may show a little red, sometimes it may show a full bar of green, as you see right here. But if it's not a strong match, but yet you got a green bar on the left-hand side, then that's an indication, the same thing, that this is still the same person. If you have a yellow bar that's on there on either side, it means that it has a weak signal. It's not really picking it up really well or whatever. And also, if it has a red bar, anytime you see red in this, is simply not the person. Okay, and if it's completely blank, right, or they have a different angle that is not able to recognize it with the software. Now, if it has a total white bar on both sides, that means that it's not the same person at all. It's not recognizable. So, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go to the next photograph, the same person that we seen on X-Files. You ready? This is it. Ready? There we go. Now, you see that the indication is not strong, and the reason why is you notice that the lighting is a little bit different. So it makes the camera have to work a little bit harder, but yet you still have some yellow in there. But what I'm going to do, just by turning a little bit of light on his face to give it a little bit more ability to read the image on the face. Okay? Watch what it does. Okay? Now, I put a little bit too much on it, and okay, now we got it there. We're going to adjust it a little bit and see if we can get a better image or better angle of it so it picks it up a little bit better. Hang on just a minute. Give me just a second here. Maybe a lot of lighting on it, too much lighting.
It shows, there it is.
Yeah, okay, as you see, this is the same guy. Just give me a second here. There it goes. You see the green? Okay, the green's coming in. It's just a matter of the lighting. It's all it is. We're going to move it around just a little bit so that the camera will pick it up.
You just got it?
Yeah, I know. It's a little irritating.
Even if it's flashing or flickering green,
just
that's
because
good enough.
Just because it's flickering green, it's good enough, but it's not what I want. I want it to be able to give me a full green without bouncing back to a yellow or a red. Now the red on the right side, if you get a green on one side and red on the other, is not saying that it's not the same person, because the green, I'm more focused on the green than I am the red when it comes to this indication here. So just give me a second.
There you go. Right there.
Okay, there it is. Okay, we definitely have a green. This is the same guy.
That is very strong.
Okay, but even if we can't see, now this guy right here, hang on just a minute. Okay, now it's showing confusion, but this keeps flickering back and forth in green because it's trying to still pick up his image. Yeah. But it is definitely the same guy, because you're going to see the same character. What you're seeing right now is going to be seen in a different movie. He was also involved in a different movie. There you go. See?
Called The Dead.
It's called The Dead.
December 2011.
There you go. It's the same man. See? This guy here, his name is Rob Freeman. Rob Freeman is the actual original name to the character that played in X-File, and he also played in the movie called The Dead. He's the same person that you've seen at Sandy Hook. You see the green bar? The red bar is because it's not 100%. It's trying to give a full image of this person, but it is guaranteed that it is him.
It's very confident.
Okay, it's very confident that at least about a 70 to an 80% at this moment, because I guess it's mainly because of the lighting in there. Mm-hmm. Okay, the lighting on that face is a little bit too bright. Now, notice how it's growing. The darker I make it. Now we have touchdown. Yeah. It's him. Okay?
Unrefutable.
This is unrefutable, guys. When you have green bar, you know that's definitely him. It's not. There's no arguments there at all whatsoever. Now that we confirmed that this guy here is the same guy, they're all of them the same person, regardless of however you look at it, however you want to make excuses for it, it really is him. Okay? What do you think about that?
It's absolutely a phenomenal find. I hope this wakes people up.
Now,
I really do.
yeah, you see now this is so.
Are you going to show the bow tie or the tie?
Actually, which one is it?
Felt.
Oh yeah. Let me show you this one here. This is another one I forgot to bring to your attention. This is him in more of a clearer picture. Now, can you see it a little bit better? There you go, Mr. Green himself. Sorry, this is I say Mr. Green. It is.
It's okay.
Just because I'm saying it's Green Bard, it's Mr. Green. His actual real name is actually Rob Freeman. Okay, he is an actor. He is a known actor. He's actually a professional actor, and he's one of the high-level actors that FEMA scouted out for, because he had a good character to be able to sell to the public a lie that they needed to be effective.
But we'll go to that in the end.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get back to that in the end about the scouting, about why they scouted for these actors here in just a few. Okay, so give me just a moment. I'm going to show you another character that is going to be significant. You're going to be blown with this. Okay, I'm going to minimize this one. Okay, I'm going to open up number 2. Okay.
This is what blew me away.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock in on this person, okay? Actually, what I need to do first is that, I'm sorry. I need to do the Sandy Hook teacher first, okay? Let me do it because I got to change the profile on her. So give me just a second here. Is there a better snapshot of her face? I thought there was.
Well,
Actually, there is. There's a better one. Hang on. Give me 1 second here, please. This is it? No.
I think there's one beside it.
Okay, hang on just a minute here.
Is there one beside it?
I'm trying to remember which one it was. Would that be here? This one here, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, there you go. All right. What I'm doing here, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm trying to now lock into the Sandy Hook teacher so you can see here. Okay, so give me just a second. It's going to take me a moment. Okay. Right now it's not locking in on her.
It's just ROIG.
Okay, here we go. And now we're locked in. You see how both bars are in? Okay, we're now locked into her face. Now we're going to show you something even more interesting. You ready for this? Okay, so let me close this out. You're going to find out that this teacher at Sandy Hook is not who she says she is. In fact, you're going to find out she's completely a fraud.
She's got like 4 different acting profiles.
Yep.
It was crazy looking her up.
Now what I'm going to have to do here is it's going to be quite hard to do this one because this image here is not as clear because it's a little bit more smaller. But what you're looking at is you're actually looking at the same person that was actually in the same movie, The X-Files, with the last person that I just showed you, the Nick Phelps, in the Christmas Carol version.
That was a week before Sandy Hook?
Yeah, was she the one that played as Melissa?
Yes,
the sister of Scully?
Right, when Scully's reflecting on her past, she was the guest that played young Melissa.
Okay. She also has an alias name. Let me zoom in here where you can see her face. Let me see if I can lighten it up a little bit. Hang on just a minute so we can change.
Some kind of, well, at least it's yellow.
Right, just to give it, okay, it shows you it's just a yellow version. It's too much lighting. Okay, let's see if we can move my camera in just a hair. Oh, there we go. You see there?
That's crazy.
We got a green bar.
Insane.
We got a green bar. It's the same person. See? Remember what I said. Red is not the same person. But as you can see, it's the same exact person. Now, this is her in this version that you're all looking at is her in the X-Files film. This is her standing by the Christmas tree with her so-called sister that was in the movie getting ready to open up Christmas gifts, correct? Okay. Now I'm going to show you another version.
This
Okay.
is her wedding.
Hang on a second here. Let me, because this is a bigger photo. Okay, here we go.
Okay, this here, this is her wedding.
Okay, you want to show the wedding first? Okay,
Yeah.
hang on just a second. It just is not opening up. Just give me 1 second here, guys. Okay, give me a second. Okay, this here is her wedding.
Right.
There we are, green bar.
Her wedding was in June, and
Okay.
in this photo, she, this is her real marriage. She did do bridal dresses and stuff like that. She does have a shoe line called Rachel Simpson Shoes, and she goes by Lowry Leaks.
Okay, this is her other
This is
name, her
Lowry
alias
Leaks.
name.
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently this is her real name.
Okay,
with
this is
her
her
real
actual
wedding.
real name.
That's
Okay.
what the website says, and the website is going to be listed in the information box at the bottom of the video for you to check out.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
And it's actually her.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to now go to this one, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, we minimize it and see if we can bring this down to size and open it up. Hang on, just give me 1 second here. It's just taking, it's being a little contrary because this is a bigger photo. Okay, hang on just a minute. Okay, and this is the same person that you've seen in that movie.
This profile here, her name is Rebecca Coddling, and when you go into her IMDb or BD, whatever it is, the acting profile, it shows in her profile that she did in fact play in X-Files in 1997 as young Melissa Scully.
Wow,
That's it.
this is crazy, man, and it's amazing how that this is actually matching up to the original photograph that we have, and that's a strong bar. That's a really strong indication.
That's insane.
That's you know that's her.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And just the level of the lies that they put out is just mind-boggling.
No, this is, I'm really crazed by this now. I'm fascinated now.
Okay, now the next image.
So we go down here. Okay, excuse me for just a second, guys.
Yeah. Okay, this image here.
Which one do I need to focus on? The top
dark
one?
hair, yeah, right there. Okay. Can you close that one?
Oh, this is it. This is definitely here.
Okay, this one here, she goes by Rachel Simpson. Rachel Simpson Shoes she has, and yeah, she has a profile that's very extensive. She recently did a
sorry guys, I'm just trying to get the lighting here. I'm
on
sorry.
Law and Order called SUV Bus Crash Accident, where she plays a pregnant woman, and you can actually see her with her blonde hair giving birth in the ambulance and then later dying. And when you see her crying, her chin is very distinct. It has dimples in it. As you remember when she did the interview with Diane Sawyer, she's crying. It was a very distinct chin, and it was a very distinct feature about her when she did cry. So to analyze her, the Diane Sawyer interview, and then crying in the bus accident was very compelling.
I'm just trying to get the lighting here. It's not allowing me to do something to get the lighting right here, so y'all just give me just a second here. I'm just trying to go back to that face there so you can see it. Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. It is definitely the same person. And notice there's another photograph just right below it that's cut off her chin, but it is recognizing her. There is a bar. It is the same person. There's no way in the world you can get a green bar like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bottom one is more compelling as
well.
well.
And then there's another photo.
This here is when she was doing an episode where there were
Wow,
gunshots.
look how strong that is.
Yeah, there were gunshots in this photo, and this here is from her Gawker Stalker website, where she talks about where she played in Gossip Girl and other shows as a body double, and yeah, that is very stunning.
The thing is that there's simply just not supposed to be this. You're not supposed. You're not supposed to see this in a film, in an area in Sandy Hook. You see a person that matches all of these images that we just showed here. That person claimed to be a teacher in there, and actually she's an actual hired actress. And you got the living proof right here by Green Bar. Wow.
Now the last find I want to say is keeping them honest. And you know,
no, is there any other photos on this one here? No, this is it. Okay.
No. Yeah. Oh, she's also Rebecca Fernandez, which is also her profile on Crisis Actors. So what my question now is, if she was on Crisis Actors, she was obviously scouted out to play the real Sandy Hook crisis. Well, the fake crisis that played out on TV on the same day as the airing of X-Files. So the question is, who scouted out these actresses and actors, and how can we bring these people to justice?
Well, it's
like this fraud is
you're not going to be able. It's really hard and difficult, especially when I just found out that they also recently just passed back in May 15th an actual law that's called HR 5736 bill.
Right.
And it was presented by a Texas representative and a Democratic representative called the HR 5736 bill that allowed the people like this to, for this media to give propaganda news.
Right.
I'm sorry for taking a moment here, guys.
They overturned the 1948 law where it was illegal to use propaganda for self-gain.
Right.
So they recently passed the law where they can use legally propaganda for the information age and terrorism. So when you think information age, obviously you think of internet.
Right. They said something in the clause in the level of they wanted to modernize the old law and to where they can now use propaganda as the new law.
Because we have internet now, we have more information at our hands.
Right.
So the problem or the question is now, if we can't sue them for the propaganda that they put on TV, could these people be brought to justice by the reasonable doubt that we are presenting for this mass scale of fraud going into the state of Connecticut? Also, on top of that Caitlin Roy, which is, I don't even know her real name, Laura Leaks or whatever, Rachel Simpson, she works for a law firm where she writes proposals for government grants, for schools, government proposals for contracts. So it's possible that they had this played out in real life, writing government grants. This happens, and now the money is rolling into the state. So the question is, can we sue these people for fraud if we can't sue them for the propaganda or the fakeness?
Well, the truth is that you can't sue them because of the 5736 bill, HR bill. It disallows us the rights and the freedom of right to prosecute or to charge anyone that uses propaganda news. They now have a legal right to use propaganda, and they can use it for political reasons as well, and no one can even prosecute them. No one can charge them for this. So it is, they literally have covered, crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's and protected their little butts because they knew what they were getting ready to do. They're fixing to get ready to take the freedoms completely away from the American people.
And that's another thing. The Bill 1054 about the autopsy. Dr. Carver, he's arguing about a bill that's already in place. They're acting like as if, they really care about the autopsy. And now that the curious public wants to see the bodies, they can't. So everything just plays in place. So it's remarkable when you put all the pieces together.
Well, it clearly shows that they planned this. It surely shows it took a lot of planning, a lot of unearthly time and patience, and a lot of diligence to bring themselves to this ability to destroy our way of life. It took a lot of masterminding and manipulations and using control of money and power to buy all of the areas that we would use as assets to help protect us. They now took control of those assets, like the media. We used to own that, and it used to be a free press, that could have the access to, to expose them. Now they took ownership of them and monopolized them to where they now have control of the information, and they shut us all down. So, So I know that we're running short on time here, and I want to be able to cover a lot of information. We can do a lot of this, because there's a lot more to talk about. It's just, unfortunately, we can't get everything all at once in here. But what I want to do here is I want to show you, this is the icing on the cake.
Exactly.
Okay.
Case closed. All the evidence is out.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at is not just a flake. This is not a nurse. She is 100% not the nurse at Sandy Hook Elementary School.
Or
this
the one that
woman,
was with Anderson Cooper, keeping them honest.
Oh yeah, this is the one here.
Yes.
We're going to touch that, guys.
It's crazy.
This lady here was the one who first gave the interview the day after the shootings to Anderson.
It was a couple days after.
It may have been. I don't remember exactly the day because we're now over a month since the shooting happened, right?
This is in the week.
Right. So here, this woman here gives an interview to the to Anderson Cooper, and you know Anderson Cooper with his logo of his show, it goes as keeping them honest. Okay. And she was giving an interview to him pretending to be a nurse. Now watch what happens. Now we're going to lock in on her face, as you can see here. Okay. We're going to X this out. Now, let's see if it took it here. Hang on just a minute. Did it take in? Why is it not doing it? Hang on just a minute. We may have did something wrong. Just give me a second here, guys. Let me try it again.
To be aired the same day as the real Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
That's in-your-face joke.
I'm just trying to get down here
crazy.
to, let's see if I can drop it down here. This file may be too big for this, but we'll try it anyways.
Earlier. I don't understand.
Hang on just a second. Let me lock in on here real quick again. Give me 1 second here. We're going to just restart it all over here and just lock in on it. It may be because it's too close to her face, and then we're trying to get the whole thing, right? Okay. So the idea is to try to get as much of her face as possible, okay? And we'll try it now.
Did you get those saved images that I had from X-Files?
Yeah, I have everything all saved and stuff. Just I may have to go back in my history because I closed all the windows out. But it's not hard. Okay, there we go. We're locked in on her face. You can see that. Okay, nobody else can match her face. It's all hers. Okay. Now, here we go. We're going to now find some more information. Okay. This is also, we're going to show you another face. This is another face that she showed. This is the so-called nurse that gave an interview on Anderson Cooper. Wow. Watch. Now this shows you it's the same person, so we got a strong bar. It's guaranteed. Okay. Watch this. We're going to X that out.
This is going to be...
Okay. We're going to open another one up. Let's see here. Let me close that out. And now this may not, because it's a different side profile, and it's not going to be able to lock on her face, okay, unless we try to maneuver just a hair like that. But I doubt it. It's not going to do it because we got a little touch.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's the same person, so you don't need me to do all the adjustments and movements. It's just not going to be able to read it from a side view because everything has been locked on a front view instead of a side view. Now, but you can see it's trying to focus, it's trying to catch it. You know, it is the same person, but even though it's not, it's a different angle. So we'll just pass that one on up. But as you can see here on this, let me go ahead and enlarge what was written here on this subject. As you can see, Anderson Cooper keeping them honest. Sally Cox talked with Anderson Cooper a couple of days after the shooting. Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. Emily Parker is the poster child for the shooting. December the 14th, there was of 2012, and there was also, well, where's my mouse here? Yeah, my mouse is gone here. Uh-oh. I'm locked in. No way, it can't be. Not my battery. Hang on just a minute here. Let me see if we can get out of here. Give me a second, guys. Let's see if we can escape out of this.
You're done.
Okay, hang on a second, guys. My battery went dead on me.
Don't worry, we got back up.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and get that.
Yeah, it's right.
Okay. So let's see what happened here. There we go. Yep, battery went dead. Okay, so as you can see here, it's December the 14th, 2012, and then also we have Sally Cox. She worked as Sandy Hook school nurse for 15 years, so she claimed on the Anderson Cooper show. She hid under her computer desk is what she was claiming to him when the shooter walked into her office. But here's the problem, guys, is that this woman is not Sally Cox.
This is crazy.
This woman is actually a very, very predominant actress that literally has been known to work on, guess what?
No, that's Rachel Simpson.
Is this Rachel Simpson?
Yeah.
Okay, oops, sorry about that. It's the other one. I'm sorry. She is this woman. Ready for this? Wow.
That is nuts.
You see that? This woman is the same person as what you've seen, the nurse. She was the
Carrie
actress.
Turner.
Her name is Carrie Turner.
Yep.
She actually worked as an actress on the episode of X-Files, the 7th season, with Emily. I'm sorry, I thought it was the 7th, right?
7th episode, 5th season.
Okay, 7th
Right.
7th episode, 5th season.
Ironically called Emily.
Okay.
And here in this photo, she's at Emily's funeral.
Okay. That's
crazy.
But you see, guys, it's
Yep.
a green bar all the way. It's not. This is not. You can't fake this stuff, guys. There's no way you cannot.
And that's very strong. That's not.
Exactly. This is not just some weak little signal that you're seeing here. This is actually and I can show you even stronger. Watch. Ready? Watch this. Watch this. Wow. See how that red's disappearing since you put a little light on that face? There you go. It recognizes it. It's her. There's no way.
Photo underneath.
And then there's another photo. Oh wait. Oh yeah, that's right. There's another photo here. And as you can see, we changed the lighting here because it's a different lighting on this face, and it's also a different angle of her face. So, but it's the same person.
And you can tell with the lips, they're very distinct.
Okay, it's picking up a bigger bigger image of her face. So it's not recognizing the small angles of her face. So we'll move this back a little bit like that, and see if it then picks it up.
Picked up some green.
Okay. So see, it's taken. See how her head's tilted a little bit over to the left. Okay, this right here is probably what's throwing it off of catching it, but you can see it's the same person. They're both you can see Scully sitting there in front of her. It's Agent Scully of the X-Files, and she's sitting there holding the baby in her hands. Now, even though we can't see it, it is not picking it up too well because of the angle of her face, like I explained earlier. There is something there. You can see that it's actually trying to focus on her face, but
just
here
a little bit more so that they can see.
Here. It's guaranteed.
Yeah.
You can't fake this stuff, guys.
Go to Netflix, watch it, download it.
Excuse me. Yeah.
You'll be blown away.
Guys, that's what you need to do. Is we proved to you guys that these three characters, so far, we've proven that they are not who they claim to be. The actual original name, the birth name to this woman right here that you're seeing, we know, because they've already lied about the name. This Rachel Simpson has 4 different names that we know her by.
This one she goes by Caitlin or Carrie Turner.
And she even has these names used as her profile names, as her biography names. She uses all these names as a part of her biography. So that's very sinister. But anyhow, you can see that they are clearly the same persons. Right. No, you can't argue this stuff.
Don't forget, Hollywood is all about makeup.
To show you that it's not, that you cannot that it cannot be seen as the same, I'm going to show you by example. Okay. There's a picture of my beautiful wife. Let me go ahead and show you. Okay. Let me blow it up. Aww. Ding, ding, ding. It's not the same. Wow. See? It's all red. There you go. Huh? Red, red. There you go. There's her face.
Yep. So
there's
this information.
Ding. Not. See? There you go. See, guys?
Now we know without reasonable doubt that these people need to be brought to justice.
Exactly.
This is nothing but a lie. They're getting rolls of money in from donations like crazy. And this needs to go viral. I don't care if you guys upload it, use it as your own. I don't care. We don't need recognition. Sub our channel, and whatever new information we have, we'll upload it, and that way you'll be notified. And if there's any questions or anything that we missed or any corrections, let us know, and we'll be happy to make them.
Now, I want to make one other point to all of you ladies and gentlemen, is that now that this is the first time that anyone, during any conspiracy theory investigators, okay, in other words, truthers, cause I like to be called a conspiracy theory because it makes me more motivated to get out there and investigate even more.
Tin hat.
Yeah, I literally like wearing my tin hat. I love the color, you know.
We live in our parents' basement.
But anyhow, what I wanted to show all of you by example is that this is the first time that we've ever used the software to doing an investigation to an event that happened that terrorized the entire nation because everybody was literally seriously scared to death that these kids really got killed. But they did not get killed, ladies and gentlemen, as we have been showing you for the last month and a half. We've been showing you that they have been staging the entire thing, that they were using actresses and actresses
for propaganda.
For propaganda, and they were doing it to, not only for just propaganda purposes, but also for agendas, taking your gun rights away from you. They literally were trying to sell this as a real story. Now, here's the problem. Now they're going to learn how to use their actors and actresses after they see this video, and they're going to see this video. You can rest assured.
They're doing statistics.
Exactly.
How long does it take for someone to figure out that these actors?
Exactly.
It's crazy when you really think about it. You have to really, really break it down. Each molecule. That's how you get the answers.
Let me finish this real quick, okay? Now here's the problem. When they see this video that we did a facial recognition of these actors, okay, which they're going to do it because of YouTube, okay? YouTube does 100% monitor videos, and they are government controlled. Why? YouTube and Google is owned by the Mossad of Israel. Okay, so they're going to make
control forums.
They control the forum. They control what you put up, what you don't put up.
Fake profiles.
And so, and they learn from what they see out of this as a way to conceal their actions on their next plans that they have in the future.
Oh, what can we fix next time?
Right. So now they see we can positively, identify their actors and actresses. They're now going to try everything in the world to disguise themselves much more efficient. That will, deter the facial recognition of software programs. So we are lucky to actually catch this. Now you can look at this information, ladies and gentlemen, and know that your government is lying to you without a shadow of a doubt.
And I want to make another point clear. The day that Sandy Hook shooting happened, December 14th, 2012, same time as this episode, this very episode right here. No one caught it because everyone was horrified. Everyone was angry about the Sandy Hook shootings, and it was almost like an in-your-face insult. They're at home watching the X-Files side by side with the news while you guys are all fixated in the media and their lies.
So when you
this is an insult beyond measure.
This is like beyond comprehension when you know that they're lying. Okay, and this is what really gets me. And I want all of you listeners out there. Okay, there's another image about Gene Rosen that's shown up on the FEMA website as a representative in Texas.
We didn't have time to analyze that.
We didn't have time to analyze that. Number one. Number two is that it's a different angle of his face to get 100% confirmation. But unbelievably, this guy looks very strikingly similar and almost identical to Gene Rosen inside of Connecticut.
Absolutely.
I'm not 100%, and I can't say I'm 100% because I haven't done a facial recognition analytical study on his face.
We want to make sure we have the right information before we give it.
So I'm not going to mention that, but nonetheless, this is disturbing that these people would have the audacity. Listen careful what I'm saying, people. That they have the audacity to use our children, one, for political agenda, two, to use them as ransom to get demands off of the public to give over their guns. You don't turn your guns over, we will kill your children. This is what I took out of this whole incident. Now that we know that it's fake information, fake news, and a lie.
They want to scare the Americans.
But they're scaring the living hell out of us, guys. They're wanting you to give up your guns because they're getting ready to do something extremely sinister.
Well, they did purchase, 2 billion rounds of ammunition?
Right. And I've said this many times in all of my forums and, in my paltalk.com website. You can go in the chat room and join us in our chat room. It's called 9/11 Pathway to Armageddon. I have mentioned this many times over the years of me researching government and trying to expose the lies that these people have done. I have told you all the same thing, that they will do everything. They will use your children, rape your families, murder them in front of your faces to get you to submit to them. They will exploit your entire life, and they will do everything they can till they can politically have us all rounded up in a total control gridlock. Okay? There's no way that we can defeat these people if we all sit down and do nothing.
Yeah. This is true.
Excuse me. So, I'm sorry, my throat is dry there. But the thing that really angers me, ladies and gentlemen, is that they're using our children. They're using our schools. They're using, and this is the audacity. And this is another point I want to make sure that all of you understand, okay? They are going after your guns. Why are they not going after the drug cartel? Why are they going after the people that they claim are psychologically crazy? They're crazy because you give them drugs that make them completely nutcase. They're crazy because of the narcotics you put into their brains. Why don't they go after FDA for making it legal for them to sell illegal drugs on the streets?
Or the drones if they're bombing in the Middle East.
Exactly. And why don't we go after CIA, ladies and gentlemen, who was sitting there caught red-handed, flying hundreds of thousands of dollars, and almost, they said it was about, I'm sorry, hundreds of thousands, that's low. It was about $100-something million worth of narcotic drug, cocaine, okay, from I call it cocaine, okay, from Miami, landed in Miami. Even an undercover detective busted him. Landed in Hope, Arkansas, when this was at the time when Clinton was the governor of Arkansas. They got caught red-handed, but they created a very convincing smoke screen to protect their butts. But we caught them doing it, and it was even publicized by a detective of Miami. Okay, but they didn't do nothing about it. These people are selling or confiscating the drugs, redistributing them back into the streets, and making millions and millions of dollars of profit on it. Okay? But they let FDA sell you drugs that they know has been diagnosed with side effects that causes hallucinations, causes psychological disturbances in the mind that makes them aggressively angry. Okay? There are so many things, people, that we can all expose.
That would be another video.
But the problem, exactly, but the problem is that, you cross the line when you cross trying to attack my children.
You know what? Listen to
okay?
this.
Or
Can
use my children as a threat to me.
And note, let me say something.
Right.
And note. This here, what happened? The episode of Emily. It was a beautiful, blonde-haired, blue-eyed little girl that would captivate the soul of anyone that looked at her. Same with Sandy Hook shootings. The day it happened, the day the episode aired, and then the real, or the fake/real Emily Parker, blonde hair, blue eyes, that captivated the soul, that ended up being the poster child of the whole thing.
It's just crazy, man.
Use as... I can't even put words to what this is about. It's so diabolical, sinister. I've never seen well, they did 9/11, so... Mm-hmm. But this is really in your face, where no one died, but yet people believe it.
This is more of the disturbing, saga that we're still trying to deal with. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to now have to end the show tonight, and there's going to be a whole lot more to go and a whole lot more to show you. This is just
have a lot of work to do to spread this video.
We have just now cracked the ice and finally found the truth that they lied.
So what's the question next?
What's the deal, Mr. Anderson Cooper? Keeping you honest, bud. Back at you, you lying bastard. But anyhow, so guys, this is what I wanted to say to you all. I had to say, you lying bastard, because it really makes me very angry to be called a liar when I had
rubbing in your boot.
Exactly, when I had simply worked my butt off to not lie to people, and this sucker calls me a liar when I caught him red-handed lying on national television with all these fake actors. But that's just another thing to just I add to my anger list. Okay,
but guys, we have to spread this video, please, and sub our channel for any more updates. And we'll keep you updated. If there's any corrections, again, let us know and we'll fix them. And thanks for subbing us. And thank you all for your compliments. And
one other thing, if you all want to join me, and I will one day. I'm going to be also setting up a live show on YouTube, but I'm trying to work out all the kinks and getting a good connection to where we don't have any how you say audio problems or audio connections situations with it. I tried it last time; it didn't work too well, so I apologize. But anyhow, you're all welcome to join me at 9/11 Pathway to Armageddon under Human Rights and Social Issues category on paltalk.com. Please come and join me on where we can openly debate this.
It's an open mic room.
It's an open mic room, right?
Give us your input.
Exactly, and your opinions and thoughts. So because we all need to work as all one mind to come up with solutions. Exactly. We are the majority. We the people are the power. If we all just stick our heads together and not let the signs of the times weigh in its fear-mongering agendas against us.
It's a fight for humanity.
Exactly, man. So anyhow, signing off, guys. Thanks for coming, listening to this broadcast. I hope that you all do your research. It's really out in your face. It's right.
Thanks, guys.
And this is the scary thing. But
Please
anyhow,
share and stay well.
Yeah, exactly. But saying that, and all of you commenters on YouTube, I want to also shout out to you real quick. Thank you for all of your comments.
Out there.
Yeah, and I do want to give my hat off to all those who's been keeping the story alive.
Yes.
Because if it hadn't been for y'all, nobody would really know the truth.
People are waking up.
Yeah.
People are really waking up.
So thanks, guys.
Good night, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Ciao.